Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me. It's Cecilia Towns, the Sporty Esquire here, and we're back with another edition of Workin Women Wednesday, where our goal is to help you build your professional capital, help you be the best that you can be. And today's topic is really inspired by some friends of mine. Over the last week, I kid you not, y'all, 5 of my friends have come to me and talked to me about leaving their jobs and or making a career shift. There's definitely something in the air. And I just thought, what better thing to do than to help my friends and others like them make sure that they're not leaving their jobs, they're not starting new careers without an actual plan. In sports all the time, we kind of talk about not quitting and, giving it your all the time. Well, the thing is, sometimes you need to quit. Sometimes a path that you're taking isn't really fruitful for you anymore. The path that you're taking isn't healthy for you anymore. And so you need to check the job that you're at, the deuces. You need to tell these clients that you're dealing with, I don't have time for this anymore. But the thing is that we need to do it in the best way possible, a way that is going to prepare us to be successful in our endeavors after the fact. So today I'm going to give you 7 really quick and key tips on how to make your exit like a champion. So the first thing that you need to do, which sometimes people don't really think about, is you need to have a discussion with yourself and decide what you actually want to do after you leave, right? So sometimes you're ready to, flip your boss the bird, toss the papers up and walk out the door. But if you think about it, you actually don't know what's better, like what the ideal thing is that you would walk into. So you need to know, does the next job pay you more money? Does the next job give you more latitude to work from home? Is the next job not even related to anything that you're doing? If that's the case, those are the kind of jobs that you need to go for. And if you aren't diligent about deciding what those next steps look like, you could walk out on your job and end up in the same type of job, right? So make sure that before you even start putting your feelers out there, you know exactly what you want the next step to look like. The second thing you need to do is prepare. Y'all know prepare is one of my favorite words in the dictionary. You need to prepare your resume. And that means update your resume, make sure the latest projects, the best projects that you've been working on are on the resume. Make sure that the old stuff, if you still got stuff from high school on there and you're like in your 30s, go ahead and let that go. You don't need that anymore. The other thing you need to prepare is your online presence. Very often, people my age and older, I'm 34, people my age and older, we forget that not only do we need to update our resumes, but we also need to be diligent about updating our online presence. Go to your LinkedIn. Make sure your LinkedIn information is accurate. Make sure that headshot that you have in your LinkedIn is accurate. Make sure that if you have a website, that's up to date. Make sure that your Instagram, your Facebook, that they look appropriate, that they're sending the right message so that future employers, future clients, when they go see you online, they're like, this is somebody that I want to align myself with. Number 3 is brush off your Rolodex. If you're younger and you're watching this, you might not even know what a Rolodex is. But back in the day, you had a Rolodex and it was this little contraption and it had all your names and numbers and addresses in it, and you would flip through it to find your contacts. Now we have our cell phones, we have social media. So brush off your social media, your contacts, and start telling people that you want to leave. Start using your network, have lunch with people, have drinks with people, have phone calls with people, letting them know that, hey, it's time for me to leave, and I need some help doing it. The next thing that you need to do, step number 4, is also one that's not necessarily obvious, but is stacking your paper. right? So I remember when I moved from DC to Atlanta to my job in Atlanta, my job actually didn't pay for me to move. So if I had not had my coins right, I might have been stuck in DC. You don't want to do that. You want to be in a position that if you live in DC and you're searching for jobs in California and the job really wants you, but you can't afford to get out there, you're stuck. You don't want to be in that position. You want to place yourself in the best position. So once you know it's time for you to leave, start saving your money and planning your exit just in case you have to incur some financial expenses that you weren't exactly expecting. The fifth step is to get help. Now, a few seconds ago, I mentioned using your network. The other way you can use people is to hire an employment agency. So there are a lot of networks for a lot of different companies and a lot of different industries. Sometimes those recruiters don't know that you're out there. One of the best things you can do for yourself is spend a little money and hire an employment agency to connect you to the clients and connect you to the companies that you really, really want to work with. Another thing that those agencies can help you do is they can help you look at your resume, look at your online presence and say, hey, we could tweak this, we could tweak that. They are invested in making you look good so that you get a job. So they're going to help position you in the best way possible. Number 6, and this is another kind of but it's apply for the jobs. One of the crazy statistics that I saw is like 70% of women don't apply for jobs that they are partially qualified for. And that's because usually we'll read a list of qualifications or requirements, and if we don't fit all of those, we don't apply. We can't do that. We can't afford to do that, literally. If you're trying to move positions, you should be applying for any and everything that looks like it interests you. Let those people tell you no. 9 times out of 10, the list of requirements, the list of qualifications are a little bit bogus. They can be fudged. If they like you, they'll make a way for you. So apply. Even if you think, well, I'm not exactly ready to move on, apply anyway. And the job, that way you aren't missing any jobs that could potentially be life-changing to you. And the 7th and final thing is to really encourage yourself. Changing jobs, changing careers can really be tough. You could get a lot of no's, you could get what seems to be a lot of dead ends, but encourage yourself. Trust the fact that you know that where you are is not where you want to end up, and so that the change is necessary, and that sometimes with change comes a little bit of discomfort, but know that at the end of that discomfort is the new position, is the new lifestyle that you really deserve to have. So really, that's it, ladies. I want you to feel comfortable stepping away from these jobs that aren't the right fit, that aren't making you feel like you're living in your purpose. Step out, but just step out with a plan, because I know for a fact there's nothing worse than stepping out on the tennis court, stepping out into the job field, and feeling like you don't have a plan. Put these steps into place, and I promise you that you'll be able to transition, make your exit like a champion. I'll be posting this on my stories, in my highlights. If you didn't get to see the whole thing, it'll be on Facebook, Instagram, all that goodness. And remember to follow the hashtag Workin Women Wednesday. We dropped the G on working because we just working so hard. We don't have time to add the G. So spell it right, hashtag Workin Women Wednesday. Sign up for the newsletter, Gladiators newsletter, because we're giving a lot of free, amazing tips on that as well. And make sure that you're in Atlanta on July 12th, 2018, so that you're able to attend the 2018 Gladiators Women in Sports Summit. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.